share to whatever Malawi produces, not foreigners. By this, we want to ask again, there is a need for 49 to 51% shares in the business or any business that is happening in Malawi. 51% must come from local people if we are to develop this country. But if what we are doing, that 100% goes to Indians, then we are going to remain servants, slaves, and useless people. Because we will never mention or call that this is what we have done for our country. The mountains that we had of heritage are all occupied by Indians building because they are all sold. But you know what? 6 governments have come and they are with us. Still, Malawi is being shaved left and right. We will not allow this to continue. Not this generation. As long as Muvi lives, we will not allow this nonsense to continue. Therefore, we call upon the government to institute a review commission to review each and everything that has taken place the past 57 years, 56 years, so that we can start all over. Malawi to be a country like other countries, whereby they say, this is what we belong to. We can't just belong to a flag when the benefits and everything that is in there are not shared. Therefore, Lugeri Tea Estate, Juma, and all tea estates in Chola and Mulanje must be revisited. And Indians that bought these estates must be told or given their money back, and we will take back that land. Some of you say, leader of MUST, Vincent Wandale, is a mad person. But there is sense in that guy. There is sense in Vincent Wandale, because he see what is happening. Politicians don't see because you are all blanketed by corruption. You can't see. As long as you get what you want, that's fine. You don't care about Malawi. But remember, and let me tell you, your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren are going to live in this country. They're going to go to Switzerland. They're going to go to America, but they will come back. Just like all of us, we will come back. But when we come back, what type of Malawi we want to find? That's the biggest question to a philosopher, a thinker, a politician, a historian, and a citizen. To end, I want to make a comment that has come from the appointments of ambassadors in other countries, particularly in South Africa. Malawians are complaining on the appointment of the mother-in-law of the Vice President, Mr. Saunders. And the Minister of Foreign Affairs had to stand up and defend the decision of the President that it was not wrong because the procedures and all due diligence was followed. I want to ask a question. Is Dua Mutaliga not qualified to be an ambassador or anyone in the embassy? He is, because he went to school. But is he, or is a girl or a woman or a man, is he qualified to be an ambassador or attaché or someone who works in the service? Is he qualified? You can go to school, but if you did not do something in that area, you are not qualified. Now, for Mr. Nkaga Izenhua, the foreign minister, saying the choice of the ambassadors was done with due diligence and they followed procedures. We argue with you. We blame you. That's not the case. Because we blamed the appointment of Dua Mutaliga in South Africa because he's the uncle of the former president of the government then, Mr. Peter Mutaliga. Today you appoint Mrs. Kamoto, the mother-in-law of the vice president, and you say it is what you could say, you are saying it was through due diligence and the process was free and fair. Mr. Nkaga, I want to tell you, we have been together in this fight. The Malawi that we wanted is not this one. We wanted a Malawi that is different, that has a policy departure from what DPP, UDF, DPP, People's Party did. We wanted a policy departure whereby the country will be seeing a future. Not this one. What you are doing here, you are just repeating the same mistakes that DPP made. If the son of former President Peter Mutharika, Bingwa Mutharika, is appointed by the current president, who is Mr. Peter Mutharika, to embassy, and you come in, appoint the mother-in-law of the vice president, what difference does it make? That's nepotism. And do not condemn the nepotism of another government and forget your own. This is nepotism too. You know what? If Malawi is to change, let us be sober. Let us be sober and get away from this intoxication of politics. This politics we are doing will not move this country forward. We are going to be in one place each and every time. Therefore, whatever you say about the appointment of the vice president's mother-in-law, it is nepotism. You can change the words and you can twist the language, it remains nepotism. And knowing that DPP did the same and you are doing the same, you are all corrupt people. There is no one that is better. You need to hear Malawians, this is what they are saying. On the other part, I want to say something about the appointment of Mr. Esther Ndau to be High Commissioner in South Africa. Mrs. Ndau was in South Africa, I don't know in what position, but she is involved in the theft, or let me say, disorganization or mismanagement of property of the residents of the High Commission in South Africa. There are rumors even that she was involved in funding the foundation of one person who was a politician before to buy the things for the company using government money. And you are sending that very same person to be a high commissioner in Malawi, in South Africa. When are we going to learn as Malawi? There are no people that you can appoint. We made our research and find that Thomas Bisika is a Pan-Africanist. She can be a better representative in South Africa because South Africa needs a Pan-Africanist historian, philosopher, and strategist. Someone who will come and mend the sour relationship that South Africa and Malawi has created from our past distance up to now. Because in the distance past, we created that animosity whereby our government refused to support the ANC in the struggle for free South Africa. Today, our ambassadors are collapsed. They use privileges of diplomacy to start doing business, adding salt to the wounds. We need an ambassador that will heal the wounds here. We need an ambassador that will build new bridges between South Africa and Malawi. Otherwise, we are in a mess. To conclude, I want to continue telling you the same song. Our song remains. It's hashtag name and shame. Our song remains and it shouldn't stop. And in this song, I want to tell you Malawians with a big promise that whether we are going to get loans, whether we are going to ask for money from international community for us to find weapons that will kill this dragon corruption, we are ready. Because only the day that corruption is defeated in Malawi shall we have a government of the people, for the people, by the people. But as long as corruption continues, democracy is nothing, new government is nothing, new president is nothing, we will remain like this because corruption is the one that is ruling our country. Now, Muvi Wachilungamo is going to militarize itself to kill that dragon corruption. It doesn't matter how long it takes, but we win. You have my word. I am Bantu, Saunders Juma, Commander-in-Chief of Muvi Wachilungamo. Let's meet again next week, Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Thank you very much.